Here's how to fully disassemble a Nintendo Entertainment System. I'll leave a list of tools for you in the description. The only one you really need is a good Phillips screwdriver with a long skinny neck to get the case off. Let's do it. Flip it upside down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws to remove to take the shell off. Once the screws are loose, we can turn it upside down and they should drop out. You may want to keep your screws organized some way to remember where they go. I'll use this magnetic pad, but something like an ice cube tray works really well too. Now we should just be able to pull off the top of this shell. There are 3 different editions of the front-loading North American NES, with some slight changes, mostly on the board, but if you notice any differences for disassembly, they should be pretty small. This red sticker in here tells me that this is one of the latest 1992 or 1993 NESs. If you want to take any of these parts off here, I will show you how. These are specific little screws that I don't have a bit for, but a flathead 3 will fit nice inside of there and you should be able to get it. First, we'll remove these 2 that are holding this door on. With those out of the way, there are these little metal strips that provide the tension on the door. The door won't completely come loose until we remove this black piece, and we'll go ahead and remove the one down here as well. 2 screws up here. And 2 screws on the other side. Now we should be able to pop those right off. And with this one out of the way, the door comes right off. Now we're done with this flathead until we put it back together. Everything else we'll get with this Phillips too. On this particular NES, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more screws to get this plate off. And that should just lift right off of there. Now we need to take off this cartridge holder. We're gonna have 6 screws to do that. 2 at the bottom and then 4 more up top here. The lower ones up top are silver and a little bit longer, so we'll wanna make sure to keep that in mind. Now to actually remove this, we just kind of lift it up in front here and pull it forward in order to slide it off of this mechanism. It feels a little tricky, but that's how it's done. When we're putting it back, we slide this back part again in around the cartridge reader here. And if you're putting it back together for the first time, you may be tempted to just kind of leave it here and screw it down. But you can see there's a little gap if I do that. So we actually need to make sure to get the bottom kind of underneath the motherboard. Right there in the front, there's a little clip, and then it sits flush. So let's take it off, and I'll show you what you want to do in case you want to disassemble this as well. So with this one, you just need to kind of pull the plastic aside to release these tabs that are holding it here in the back. I like to open it first, just pushing down on it, and then by kind of prying that to the side a little bit, we can get it to pop off. So we have these springs on here, obviously. I want to keep in mind that that's where they go. This piece of plastic just has this clip down inside of here. I'm not going to remove that right now, but if you want to remove yours, there's 2 tabs on each side of this, one over here and one right here. They need to be both pushed in for this to be able to come out. Same goes with this. There's a tab on each side that you would push in, and then you can remove this mechanism as well. For this metal bar right here, if you do want to remove it, you're going to want to get some needle nose pliers inside of there and kind of separate it in order to pop that off. Like that. I'm going to keep this one together though. Let's move on to the rest of the system. All right, we're just going to want to remove 2 more screws here. And if you happen to see any other screws on here from having a different model, just go ahead and remove those too. If you see no other screws on here, that should be everything you need to pull this board back. You can flip it upside down here and we can see where everything is plugged in. Here's where you might want to use some needle nose pliers. Make sure to grab this green plastic only, not the cream color plastic that it's housed in. And we're just going to want to wiggle it kind of carefully back and forth. And there's that plug. Just use my fingernails to finish that one. Then I'm going to use my fingers on this blue one. Just a little bit of back and forth pressure and we can get that out of the way. Now on this board, all we should have to do is just pull this tray out of the way. To put it back, just line up these clips on top of that thing right there, and we should be able to line up all the screw holes to get it where it needs to be. This little plate will pop off of here as well without having to desolder anything, but you probably don't have any reason to go inside of that unless you're replacing the entire unit. So let's set that aside. Now for this power reset mechanism and these controller ports, we have just a few more screws. Let's take off the power unit first. Screw here, screw here. And then we should be able to pull that out of there. And there you go. Almost done. We just need to flip this shell upside down. And there are two more screws you might have seen at the beginning, but we did not need to take out until now. Now this should pull back and down to come off. And now each of these will push through there. Be sure when you're putting it back to get the longer one on the inside corner and the shorter cord on this side. And that's it. If we want to remove this, we can just squeeze in on a couple of tabs there, and there you go. All right, happy fixing and happy cleaning.